This is CG Smitty, Block Boy Official.
Yo, this is Bobby Vuelo coming out of One Unit, Controlled Substance and Attitude Era. Ash.
D-Man.
Well, it's your boy T-Bear. I'm live, right here.
And you tune in to GFG TV. You heard?
And you watching GFG TV.
You tuned in to GFG TV. Come on, let's go.
We tune in to GFG TV.
On GFG TV. In your face, man. In your face.
West YouTube, this your boy Big Ray West. You tuned in to GFG TV.
Gadema, DOPE, Chaos Breed, Deuce Crew, 515. And you tuned in to GFG TV.
So, we went over some top 5 rappers, but what about R&B?
Top 5 R&B singers.
I really don't listen to R&B, man. I'm not a big R&B dude.
That's cool.
Okay, let's do top 5 bands.
Bands?
Yeah, you said you like some of the ones that you said you went to concert and POD and...
Yeah, I mean, as far as I haven't been to a lot of concerts, man. Like if I go to a rock or a metal show, I'm usually with daggers and I'm fucking faded and I'm not really, you know. We went and saw Mayhem in Minneapolis like what was that, like a month and a half ago, and that was an amazing show, man. Mayhem's pretty heavy. Not one of my favorite groups, but I mean, it was a dope set, really dope set that they did. But bands that I remember liking a lot, even in my later years, like I was a huge System of a Down fan. Like their first few albums, you know, the Downward Spiral, Toxicity, and their Steal This album joint. Those were my shits, and then I kind of stopped listening to them after that. Who else was I fucking with real heavy? You know, I grew up on Megadeth. I love Megadeth. I like Soundgarden too. I fuck with Soundgarden heavy. And shit, I even like Pearl Jam. You know what I'm saying? I thought Pearl Jam was dope as hell. Shit, you know, early Metallica, you know, everything from the Black album back. Yeah. After that I stopped listening to them, but I like their speed metal shit. One of my favorite bands right now, well, they haven't put out anything in a few years, but they're called Holy Grail. They're from Pasadena, but I just love that style. They're dope as hell. I got a few of their albums, but yeah.
So, what other genres of music do you enjoy?
I really like I can't say it's the genre itself, but there's a band called Gunship that I listen to religiously. Like I got both of their albums, and I just probably know all the damn words to them shit so much. It's kind of like some like 80s like synth wave type of shit, you know what I mean? But you know, anything that sounds like old school, like, you know, like the Aha Take On Me joint, you know what I mean, and some of that Cyndi Lauper shit. Like I love that 80s shit, you know what I'm saying? There's a genre that they called it acid jazz or trip hop. I guess they're both kind of one and the same. Like Esther Rose, one of my favorite singers from England. But shit like that, you know what I mean? You know the whole metal, like classic rock, I fuck with too. You know, I could listen to some Stevie Ray Vaughan. I could listen to some I used to love Def Leppard. Def Leppard was one of my favorite groups for sure. But you know, I mean, I got nothing to knock against country music at all, because I think country music definitely has a lot of real soulful shit in it, and I've heard some songs where I'm like that shit hits. I get it, but it's just not my genre. But anything around that, like I fuck with everything, you know. I just love music.
So, if you could describe yourself, Gadema, in 3 words.
Oh man, I'm not good at that. I'm not good at that shit at all. I couldn't tell you. I mean, oh man, I don't know. Just definitely just, you know, still being a work in progress. I mean, trying to figure things out. You know, I'm in the best headspace I've been in over a decade today, and I feel better than I have in over a decade. So, you know, I've been really focused, man. So, you know, I'm loyal. I'm definitely open-minded, I guess, if that's a word. But you know, I'd like to say creative, but I'm just not as prolific as I once was. But I know once I start kicking that off, definitely creative.
So I know that you play some video games.
I'm a gamer. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not since January this year, when I decided to come out of my shell and just start being outside more, with the weather getting better. It's kind of hard to stay in the house now, man. I'm just really enjoying being around people, being around my friends and seeing people, man. Like, that's my biggest joy right now. You know what I mean? But I am a gamer though. That's a heart. You know, I've been gaming since I was 6 years old. I can remember when my dad brought the Nintendo with the Duck Hunt Mario combo. And me and my brother was in the room on their little 13-inch TV in their bedroom. All the kids fogging up the window trying to come inside. We was like, we playing Duck Hunt, dog. We ain't going outside no more. Fuck outside. And I've been a gamer ever since. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hell no.
You an Xbox or PlayStation fanatic?
both. I got all that shit. I got a PS5. I got a Series S. You know, used to have a Switch. I got rid of it, but you know, I bought that for my daughter. But
console gaming mostly, not PC.
Yeah, console. Yeah, I'm not a PC gamer at all.
So, what about top 5 movies all time?
Oh shit, that I can answer. Top 5 movies of all time. Number 1, undisputed, is Big Trouble in Little China. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. That is the greatest movie ever made, hands down. Period. I could watch that movie over and over again, back to back. That movie's so fucking dope. Like, I know all the damn lines and everything, man. That's one reason why Kurt Russell's he's my favorite actor. Because when he does shit with John Carpenter, man, I just fuck with it. You know, Escape from New York and The Thing, and you know, I grew up on that. But definitely Big Trouble in Little China. Definitely The Thing. That's to me the greatest American horror movie ever made. That's, to this day, that movie hits. It's such a good movie. The special effects are crazy, and it's scary as hell if you just think about the concept of it. You know, with the alien microorganisms and shit taking over like your body and what it does to you. It's just a scary thought, because it's like shit like that always fascinates me, because there's no way to disprove it. You know what I'm saying? Because who knows what some space rock comes from wherever, some other galaxy, and it lands on Earth, and it's got some kind of bacterial microbial life form on it, and that shit can fucking mutate with whatever the hell we got going on here and become something. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's probably very almost zero probability, but you can't say like it would never happen. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes it scary to me. You know, what else is my favorite shit, man? Blood In, Blood Out. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I know all the damn lines to that movie too. I've seen that so many times. Me and the homies always kicking those the lines to each other, ragging on each other with that shit. Full Metal Jacket. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. That movie's incredible. Man, what else, man? Those are like probably my main ones. I don't know if that was 4 or 5.
That's 4.
Was it 4? What else do I fucking love, man? Nah, not that one. I don't know, man. I'm trying to think of what's in my collection right now. You know what? I'm gonna throw an anime in there, because Akira, the anime, that movie's, to this day, that movie's just probably one of the best animated movies you can ever watch. It's very cerebral. Like, you gotta probably watch it a few times just to understand what the fuck's going on. But that movie is by far not for, you know, just your, you know, novice thinking motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And you got the attention span of a tuna sandwich. You ain't gonna be in that bitch, because that movie's deep. But probably the first cartoon I've ever watched that gave me nightmares. I was like 13 when I seen it, and that movie fucked me up. It was scary. Like, I was actually genuinely scared of parts of that movie. Like,
Yeah.
such a good movie. So dope.
Yeah. So, horror, kind of kicking into that. What's the best horror scare movie you've ever seen?
That I've ever seen? Jesus. Like, I love horror movies. I grew up being scared of them and not really fucking with them, but like, I think when I saw the trailer for 28 Days Later, I was like, I think I want to go see that because that looks crazy. And even though I didn't like horror movies, but I went and saw it and I just absolutely loved it. I was like, this movie's fucking, it's probably one of the best movies I've seen in like so many years. And it just made me become a horror fan all over again, or like, not all over again, like for the first time I really became a horror fan and I just started watching horror movies. But like, I'll put 28 Days Later up there because of that. Definitely The Thing. The Thing is an incredible horror movie, one of the best. I can't say if I got like a favorite, but I mean next to The Thing, but like I can't say if there's like something that I watch a lot of foreign movies. I think that the best horror movies come from France and South Korea. I think those two countries know how to make horror movies better than anybody else on the planet. Like for some reason those French horror movies are just different, dog. They're just visceral as hell. Like there's no filter on those movies, man. Like
I think they actually kill people in them.
yeah, I was saying. I'm telling you, man. I watch a lot of movies. Well, I did. I went through this phase where I was watching a lot of movies that are banned in countries because they're so fucking violent and just like, you know, they're all unrated and they're considered disturbing films. You know, that's the genre. Mm-hmm. Salo, I've shown him a couple. He's shaking his head. Salo or the 120 Days of Sodom is pretty fucking hard to watch. That's a rough one. And that movie's so fucked up that one of the actors in the movie, who's a young guy, a teenager, he killed the director, like in real life. He killed him, like he murdered him. I don't know how it happened, but apparently playing in that movie fucked him up mentally, and he ended up killing the director and shit. But
You said that movie's called what?
Salo or the 120 Days of Sodom, Salo. But it's an Italian movie. It was made back in like 74, 76 or something. But I got like this dope Criterion box version of it, and it's got like a thick book, and it tells the whole story of the making of the movie and stuff. And I haven't read it all, but it was just like crazy. But shit, I got one called Cannibal. Did I show you Cannibal?
Oh, possibly.
I know, yeah, that movie, I've watched it maybe twice and I don't think I'll ever watch it again. It's rough. It's very rough. Like it's just gross. But it's based on a true story, which is what makes it fucked up because it's a German movie. What's the director's name? Dorian Mora or some shit. That's a twisted motherfucker, man. He makes some foul shit. I've seen a few of his movies, but
Which one? Which movie you said?
the one I was telling you?
Right now.
Oh, Cannibal?
Cannibal.
Yeah, it's just called Cannibal. It's a German movie.
They tried to remake it over here, didn't they?
I don't know.
Sure, it's terrible.
Yeah, but it's
terrible.
based on a true story, which is why it's so
He's
fucked up.
not lying.
But a lot of Japanese movies, man, like some rough ones that I remember watching was the Guinea Pig Collection. It was like a box set of like 8 or 9 movies of just like real weird, obscure, fucked up shit. And one of the movies in that collection is called The Flower, Flesh and Blood. You can find that shit on YouTube. You can actually watch the whole movie on YouTube. It's like 45 minutes long, but it's just, all it's about is this dude kidnaps this chick off the street. He brings her back to his little lair where he's got all his torture tools and shit, and he ties it to the table, and he basically injects her with this some kind of a drug that basically like paralyzes her, but she's awake and can feel everything. But she can't move. So he just commences to taking her apart throughout the whole movie, and it's rough. It's really rough, and the special effects were so good. I think the story was somebody at Fangoria magazine back in the day got like a copy of it from somebody else. It was on tape, VHS, because it came out in like 85 or something. And they thought it was an actual snuff film. And they were like freaking out. I guess somebody showed it to Charlie Sheen, and Charlie Sheen like contacted the FBI and shit. Like they thought it was real. And they did this whole investigation, and like basically the Japanese authorities pretty much told them that the movie's gonna be banned unless you put out like the making of it with it, so people know it's not real, because it's just way too convincing. and they had to put out the making of it, and, like along with the movie and stuff. But you can see that on YouTube. That motherfucker's on YouTube, dog. I actually watched it maybe like 6 months ago. But just really well made, but just foul. But yeah, I don't know. Shit like that.
So I didn't like him when I grew up, but let
Yeah,
me tell you about
I know.
my very deep and depth knowledge
Yeah.
of them now.
Yeah, I went from
That's
just
dope.
horror to disturbing. I was like, what
You
is
said,
this
Cliff,
fucked
let's
up
go.
shit?
I
You know what
walk
I'm saying?
that
What would be
Yeah,
your
man.
favorite slasher film?
Slasher film? Man. I mean, there's the obvious ones, you know, like the Friday the 13th and shit.
Yeah.
But like, let me think if there was something else that I remember. Some of those Wrong Turn movies are fucking,
Nigga,
yeah, they're
Wrong
pretty
Turns.
entertaining shit, man.
Yeah.
I liked Wolf Creek was dope. Wolf Creek was fucked because that was based on a true story too. So them people in Australia and shit in the outback, that shit was pretty fucked up because you know you just think about the desperation and the despair just being in the middle of literally nowhere, and then you got this crazy motherfucking dude with sniper rifles and big Bowie knives and shit just looking for you. Like that's some creepy shit.
Mhm.
But
To be hunted.
yeah, you know what I'm
Pretty
saying?
fucked.
You got nothing.
Yeah. What about some TV sitcoms?
I grew up watching Seinfeld, man. I ain't gonna lie, I love Seinfeld.
Yeah.
You know, too bad Kramer went out the way he did, but
Yeah,
he was my shit back in the day.
He was cool all the way up until he
Yeah, he
Wasn't.
lost his shit, but yeah,
Till
he
he
just wasn't. But
yeah.
fuck sitcoms. I was never really big on sitcoms. I know I watched Seinfeld, but like, I watched a lot of what's the joint called with Queen Latifah and Living Single. I used to watch Living Single a lot.
That's that
I
shit.
fuck with Martin was my shit. I grew up on Martin.
Yeah.
I got the box sets of that shit at home.
Yeah.
Not really a sitcom, but I grew up on it, Living Color, man.
Oh yeah.
I got all of that shit on DVD too.
Yeah.
My daughter was watching it. Like my daughter loved that shit too.
Sort of fell in love with J-Lo.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Fly Girl.
Facts, man. The Fly Girls were fire. So yeah.
James Carey.
Yeah, man. Jim
You can go
Carrey's
see,
a
you can
fucking
go see
legend, man.
Jim on any of them titles.
He's a fucking legend, dog.
Yeah, he is. Fire Marshal Bill.
Mhm.
He's so good. Did the Homeboy Shopping Network?
Yeah.
Next
dope.
time at an undisclosed location.
with the car.
David Allen Greer was my favorite one on there, man. I feel he was kind of underrated with, you know, being against with all them other like
Yeah.
legends, but David Allen Greer had some
Yeah, this shit.
he had some funny ass skits, man.
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
McAfee.
Yeah.
The principal.
Yup.
The pervert principal.
With that bullhorn. Yeah, man. I remember that.
This shit set the stage for all the Mad TV and Saturday
Yeah,
Night
yeah.
Lives, and that shit would have
I
never
fucked with Mad
existed
TV
without-
heavy too, man.
Without,
Yeah, the
the
early
Mad
years of
TV.
Mad
Yeah.
TV were amazing.
I
The
loved
early
getting
to
the Mad
mid
TV magazine back in the day. That shit
I
was
remember
like,
that. Yeah. I've
that
had
shit was like, you
had
know,
those.
especially living, you know, so I was in a small town, Iowa, you know, we didn't have all the, you know, infringements and shit, so when you get like a piece of pop culture, it felt like at that point, you know what I mean? It was dope. Favorite comedian? Comedians?
Bill Burr, man. I'm a Bill Burr
You
fan.
going to see him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got my ticket. I love Bill Burr as a human being. Period. I just think I listen to his podcast all the time, and I just like it better when it's just him, just ranting to
He's got a good
the
rant.
microphone, man. Yeah, his mind, dog. I swear this dude's one of my uncles or something, man. Like I know him like personally. Like I love that motherfucker, dog. He's not even intentionally trying to be funny. He's just being himself, and it's just fucking hilarious. Especially when he does those ad reads, man. When he does a commercial for sponsors, he puts his little twist on them, dog. He's funny as fuck, dude. I be dying when I listen. Bill Burr's my favorite. Chappelle's one of my favorites for sure. I fuck with Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle's going into that George Carlin lane, and I think it's working for him very well. You know what I'm saying? Where like he's not invoking laughs as tough. He's just more making you think, you know what I'm saying, giving you something to chew on and just walk away with. You know what I mean? I hate that he's dealing with all the shit that's going on right now because I don't know. I'm gonna keep that opinion to myself, but I just think Dave's amazing at what he does. But Who else I fuck with heavy, man? I love Corey Holcomb, man. I think Corey Holcomb is just like, he's just ignorant as fuck, dog. Like, he don't give a goddamn about what a woman thinks, and the way he's extreme with the way he talks about his.
Here?
I didn't, man. I didn't. I heard he did come though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish I could have. But rest in peace, Patrice O'Neal, man. Patrice O'Neal is one of my favorites, dog. That Elephant in the Room special was just like the best shit ever, man. I love Dave Attell. I think he's funny as shit. I love Jeff Ross. Jeff Ross is a legend, dog. That's the roast master, man.
Yeah, he is.
I love Jeff Ross. He's funny. Man, that probably rounds it out, man. Cause like I love Cedric. I love like early Steve Harvey shit, but like some of their stuff kind of hit or miss. You know what I mean? But like D.L. Hughley, I think was a little bit more consistent than the rest of them. I think I like D.L. Hughley's comedy, man, because he's kind of got definitely a thinking mind to where his political commentary is very just like, I agree with most of it. You know what I'm saying? So I fuck with DL too. But yeah, definitely Bill Burr is my favorite though.
Nice. What about podcasts?
I fuck with Joe Rogan's podcast off and on. Depending on what guest he has. I fuck with I listen to Breakfast Club. You know what I'm saying? I listen to a few minutes of it. Like I don't sit through whole podcasts. Like I just don't have the time to do it. I used to do it when I was at work, but like now I don't even listen to stuff at work. I just focus on working. But I listen to Bill Burr. Sometimes I listen to Drink Champs, but it just gets hard to listen to sometimes because there'll be so many people, and I like those podcasts where it's just like a one-on-one conversation. I like those better than anything because you get more of a more like, you know, in tune and yeah, more thorough actual interview as opposed to like people just partying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of people talking over each other, especially mixing drinks. It tends to be a little.
You know what I'm saying?
It gets pretty hilarious though.
Yeah,
There's some crazy shit, but yeah, I know what you mean. We spoke about Living Color a little bit, but who do you think was the funniest character?
On Living Color?
Yeah.
Oh man, I liked when fucking David Allen Greer does that Loomis dude. He's like the way he talks. Loomis. Fucking suits on his shit and that. Oh man, he was funny, dog. Of course, the classic Homie the Clown was a shit, dog. I fucked with Homie the Clown.
Oh, I don't play that.
Fire Marshal Bill. What was the other one where this motherfucker would have got canceled today if he did the shit when Jim Carrey did the bodybuilder chick.
The bodybuilder.
Yeah. Was it like Elmira? I can't remember what the name was. That shit was funny, dog.
I remember you talking about.
Something G, wasn't it?
I can't remember, dog. I can't remember. He was funny with that shit. But
Did he go into the women's weightlifting championship?
Yeah,
He just won it real easy and shit. Just lifting all their shit really.
or when he played the karate instructor and shit, and he was getting fucked up by everybody.
Yeah.
They stabbed him and shit.
You gotta do it like this.
Yeah, it's like
Complete
that.
straight arm.
He was bleeding and shit. And then he finally got his lick and he said, and she spun around.
Vera Di Milo.
Yeah, Vera Di Milo, yeah.
Goodness.
That shit was funny.
That
though.
one when she was Conan the Barbarian.
What?
Vera was?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You made that horse noise. That
That shit was disgusting.
Stupid.
So who do you think is the funniest Wayne's brother? Damon, hands down. That motherfucker. He even as a stand-up, like, but he hasn't done that since like as far back as I remember. But I remember his stand-ups being fucking hilarious, man.
When I was mad last year in the pandemic, he was scheduled to come here to the Funny Bone.
Really?
We bought tickets.
Oh,
We bought tickets and he canceled because of the fucking
that
pandemic.
sucks.
Damon
He's still a
Wayans.
killer too.
Yeah.
I seen Joe Rogan say that.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that too. Yeah, definitely Damon.
Favorite sports teams?
I don't do sports.
No
I really
sports.
don't. Yeah, that's like one of the few things I don't fuck with. I'm just not interested. Like I grew up
I grew up a Sean Kemp fan. Like, he was my hero as a kid. But like, you know, when I stopped fucking with sports, it was probably like when I was starting to get into hip hop. To be honest, that's when I just put all my attention into hip hop music. You know what I mean?
So there would be no team attached to you.
Nah, yeah, for one. I kind of grew up. I think I remember growing up being like kind of a Redskins fan, but only because I was in DC for a little bit.
They called the Washington Commanders now.
Is that what it was?
That's
Or
what
that's
they
what
are
it is now,
now.
the Commanders?
Washington Commanders.
That's dope, because that's better than what was before, the football team, the Washington football
Washington
team. Like, I was like, are y'all serious? Like,
Yeah, they didn't even try on that.
but yeah.
They didn't even try shit.
Commanders
It was
is
like,
cool.
you know, like
So
the
nigga, we in
auto
Washington
default
and we
that
play
they
football.
accidentally
Yeah.
hit delete on their keyboard and shit, and then like auto refilled it, you know? Like, you have to have a name, you know what I mean?
It's like when they started playing football in like 1837.
Yeah.
Like, I thought we'll be the Washington football team.
They still got leather helmets.
Why God?
Nailed it. Let's give Trevor a raise. Thanks, Trevor. Alright, so alcohol or marijuana?
For me right now, I'm gonna say alcohol, man, because like I got a love-hate relationship with weed, man. I'm trying to figure that out right now because I got kind of like a nerve issue that I'm trying to figure out, but I'm getting to the bottom of it. And once I figure that shit out, man, I'm gonna be blowing trees like a motherfucker. That's what I want to do. I prefer it because like I know when I find that certain strain, that shit makes me so creative and so like I come up with the dopest ideas and I get really witty, like quick witted. Shit comes to me so fast. And I remember having those times where we're hanging out in the car and the ideas we're bouncing off each other, man. I'm just like, I gotta write this shit down because I know I'm not gonna remember this shit. You know what I mean? And like I want that back. I want that feeling back. So you know, alcohol definitely does not do that for a motherfucker. But I prefer my drink right now, especially on the weekends when I hang out with my homies and shit, because like, you know, loosens you up, all that shit, and you know, make it easy to talk to the girls and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know, man. I drink on weekends. I don't drink during the week.
What are your thoughts on legalization of marijuana?
Man, fucking do it. Shit, that should have been done. They need to release everybody in prison that is in jail for fucking weed charges. You know, fuck all that. There's people making tax and money off of it and shit, but you got people in jail for this shit. It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's dumb. It don't make no sense. You know what I mean? You got people out here touching kids and raping women and shit and, you know, doing real foul shit, but y'all giving them probation and shit, letting them walk. It's because the fucking judicial system's a bunch of fucking pedophiles themselves.
Yeah.
So I don't, you know what I'm saying? I think that they all got the same. They try to relate to these motherfuckers. That's why they don't sentence them like they should. So yeah, man, make that weed fucking legal, man, and release everybody that's put in there on that shit. Fuck that.
Thanks. What's your dream car?
Oh man, dream car. I'm a very simple man with shit like that, man. Like I don't really. I don't know, man. Like. I really like them AMG Benzes, man. Those are like some of my favorite types of cars. Just a dope. I'm a sedan guy. I love sedans. But shit. Any of them new Benzes for sure. I'd fuck. You know, if I was on some James Bond shit, that'd be something I'd be driving. But on some simpler shit, man, I ain't gonna lie. If I'm able to upgrade to it, man, I want one of those new Continentals, man. Those bitches are so nice. I got to drive one a while back, and that shit's just like, it's just like driving a yacht on the fucking street, dog. It's just so fucking nice. It's beautiful, smooth. If I can customize it the way I want to, man, hell yeah. But yeah, something like that.
Dope. Well, what are your thoughts on Russia invading Ukraine?
I have none, man. I got none at all. That's none of my business. I mean, I did my little pray for these people things and stuff, but then when I realized, I saw what was going on the ground, I was like, man, I don't give a shit about this shit, man. Fuck this. You know, just get the babies out of there, man. Just the women and children, dog. You know, otherwise, war's happening everywhere, and the politics behind it is some fuck shit. So it's just, you know, it's sad, but it's life.
What about your thoughts on Chris Rock and Will Smith, the slap?
You know, like everybody else thought, I thought it was fake for a second, but, you know, the way how Will Smith snapped on him after that, you know, and I was, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I was on some fuck Will Smith type shit off for that because that just showed how much of a fucking beta male he is to his woman. Shit, he was laughing at the joke at first too. He turned and looked at her face and was like, "Oh shit, I gotta do something about it now." It's like, "Oh, you bitch, dog. Put some pants on, dog. Own your house, dog. Shit." That's what I thought.
I don't think he has in a while. I think that's why he acted that way. So, I would agree with you. What are your thoughts on the incident that happened with the school shooting?
Oh man,
in
I
Texas?
don't even want to talk about that, dog. I ain't gonna lie. That just broke my heart, man. And that I couldn't be more pissed off at fucking pigs than I can be after that shit. So fuck those police. Dead
Fuck
ass.
'em. NFL player Antonio Brown states that there's no racism in America. What are your thoughts?
Whoever the fuck that is, fuck him. The fuck there ain't. So fuck out of here.
Don't feel bad. He's a jackass.
Oh, okay, good.
You just got a line of them here, don't you? White supremacist kills 10 people in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, man.
Supermarket.
You see how they calmly got him in custody, but they shot the little Latino kid down in Texas. These devils is on the road, man. These motherfuckers love each other, man, too much. They just want to understand their own so much that they can calmly come to resolutions with some pieces of shit who deserve to be put in a trash compactor while they're still alive. So fuck them too.
Freddie Gibbs has been in the news lately. Your thoughts on the situation?
Shit. I did talk about it before, but I'm not gonna go too deep into it because I'm a Freddie Gibbs fan, man. I love Freddie Gibbs' music, man. He's one of my favorite rappers for sure. Like I got his whole catalog and he stays in my playlist. But you know, I heard some things about him from some various sources that kind of made me question his integrity, to be honest. But none of my business personally, because I don't know the man. But I fuck with his music heavy. But all I gotta say is he had it coming. He had it coming. I mean, there's some bitches for jumping them 20 people like that, but I'm just glad he didn't get stabbed or popped. You know what I mean? Because especially these days, that's inevitable with rappers. But you know, they're a different generation. So I don't know if that was the saving grace of that or what. But you know, maybe they just wanted to teach him a lesson or something. But you know, I think Gibbs just needs to stop running his mouth and quit being a troll. That's how I feel. But that doesn't make me change how I feel about his music at all. I'm a Gibbs fan. I went to see Gibbs in Minneapolis last night. So, you know, I fuck with Freddie Gibbs heavy, but I just wish he would just stick to the music, man. Quit trying to be a comedian with the wrong people. You know?
King Crooked and Dizaster are supposed to be battling in December this year. Who wins and why?
Oh fuck. That's hard to say. You can't really say who's gonna win any of those battles, honestly, because like they're all so isodynamic with what they come to the table with. You know what I mean? Everybody's a fucking monster in those battles. Like Dizaster's a legend, Crook's a legend. You know, I'm sure. I can't say, you know, like the battle fan me is saying Dizaster's gonna, you know, wipe the floor with him, but you can't say that because fucking King Crooked, man. It's like that dude's an animal, man. That dude's one of the dopest rappers in the game. So you know he knows he's gonna have to come with his fucking best work, and because he's kind of venturing just a little bit outside of his lane. I'm not saying fully because he's, you know, I know he comes from the battles too, but you know he's known more for his music. But you know the battlers, they're not really known for their music. They're known for their battles. You know what I mean? So that's what they're really sharp at. That's what their blades are sharpened on. But I think Crook will give him a good run for his money. So it's hard to say, man. They're all beasts for sure. I'm gonna tune in though. I'll check it out.
If Eminem agreed to battle, what battle rapper would you want to see him go against?
Man, I don't know, man. I haven't been an Eminem fan since like 2003, so you know I can't really say. I'm not sure. You know, whoever it is, I'm sure they. You know, I don't got dislike for M. I put M in a certain tier because skill wise, he's one of the best to do it, hands down. He's on the top tier for sure. I'm just not a fan of his music, but just don't like his voice. His voice drives me nuts. I just can't listen to him rap for more than a song, if that. And every time he jumps on a feature, he fucks it up for me because you saw what he did with the Conway joint. That shit made me so mad. I was like, man, what you wrote? That was a dope song until you caught on there, dog. But I don't know. I know I'm probably gonna catch some hell for that shit, but that's just my personal opinion. I don't know who he should battle.
It's probably Dizaster, dog.
Yeah, I was gonna say let Dizaster take him out. Let Dizaster take him out and make him wish he didn't get in there. So.
Favorite Wu-Tang member?
Oh man, I'm gonna say Ghostface, but in the beginning it was definitely RZA. RZA was my favorite, like in the early years. And then as Ghost started putting out more material, he became my favorite for sure. Yeah.
Your thoughts on the Horseshoe Gang?
To be honest, I'm not very well versed in the Horseshoe Gang. I haven't listened to much of this stuff. Every time I hear anything that they do, it's usually like because of what's Crook's doing, or like I'll hear like a compilation album and like one of their songs will pop up. But I do know that they're beasts and they're dope and they're I just learned that they're Crook's brothers and shit, which blows my mind. They're all talented as fuck, and they're dope. I'll give them much respect.
How do you feel about Snoop Dogg becoming the owner of Death Row Records?
I think it's dope. I just think he shouldn't have done that NFT bullshit, because nobody. I still don't even know what an NFT is.
Right.
I don't give a fuck. Like it's just like, dog, just put the music out, man. Quit trying to. I mean, maybe whatever he does is gonna be amazing with that, but. Did they put that shit back on the streaming services?
I'm not sure.
I don't know, but I don't know. I think Snoop's a fucking legend, and he deserves his goddamn catalog. You know what I'm saying? Get that man his catalog, and that's what I think about that for sure.
So T.I. is doing some stand-up comedy. What are you thinking? Would you go see him?
No, but I fuck with T.I. on some levels, but. I just, all the more power to him. But when I saw that he said that comedy was easy, that was a slap in the face to all the legends in comedy. It's like, this shit ain't, come on, man. Like, you got to put in some work. These dudes is in the club pressing out their material before they even shoot specials for years. Mm-hmm. So that's work, you know what I mean? And you're basically spitting on their legacies, man. So, and then from what I've seen, he ain't even funny. So that shit don't make me laugh. Shit might have made your family laugh in the living room, but it ain't fucking with me. So I care less about T.I. doing comedy.
So we're gonna do like a word name association. So tell us the first word that would come to mind when you hear these names.
I'm not good at this shit either.
Maxilla Blue.
I mean the word dope popped in my head. I mean I fuck with their style. They're different.
Corey B.
Like I say local legend. I say legendary.
Smooth G.
He's nice.
HB to Kxng.
He's nice. I'm a good HB too.
Depths.
Oh man, the word legend popped in my head. Like I feel like he's so good at what he does, man. I got nothing but respect for him.
Bobby Vuelo.
Vuelo, man, just savage.
Profilini.
I don't know who Profilini is.
Finishing up, just any shout outs.
Man, shouts out to Ray West, CFG. Shouts out to everybody that's rock with me, man. Everybody that fucks with me. Everybody that's gonna watch this. Everybody that that gives a shit, pays attention. I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to you. Definitely shouts out to the DOPE, the whole squad. Fucking all my dudes, crew people, man. Even though a lot of us ain't seen each other in a while, man. We still here, man. So want us to all get together again and just fucking kick it, man. Shouts out to Trip. Shouts out to everybody, man. Just everybody who rocks with me, I rock with you. So.
Well, we appreciate you, Gadema, for sitting down with us here at GFG TV.
Yes, sir. Yeah, appreciate y'all, man.
West YouTube, this your boy Big Ray West. You tuned in to GFG TV.